And we're back! This is an AI agent in GoHighLevel. The brilliant thing is, we have an agent behind this interface that has all of the context for this contact. And in this, I'm going to show you how to write a message and add some more context around this contact. So what we can see here in the top corner, and in fact down here, is a very pronounced AI button. Okay, this is intentional because I figured updating stuff yourself and writing out messages, I mean, what is this? It's not fucking 2020 anymore. We use AI for that type of shit. So if we click on this, then we have this very unconvincing AI message, which just doesn't stream in at all. This is actually, I wrote this, okay? It's just so that you know what it can do. But we can tell it to do things, okay? And before we do that, I'm just going to show you. So we can send messages. We can send different types. The AI can actually do this. And it has all of the context from this conversation previous. So we can see some of these other phone calls and stuff. And the most recent message was he was having an issue with one of my older apps. So you know what? I don't normally do this because this guy's paying me like 20 bucks a month, which I could wipe my dick with 20 bucks a month. Anyways, let's go ahead and just shoot him a message. Make sure everything went okay. So let's say, you know what? I can't be fucked to type either. I haven't implemented native like text typing or speech to text, but I'll just use my computer one. What do we want to say? Oh, of course it doesn't work. Speech. Oh my god. Of course it caught that. Okay. Can you please write a message to Garnett, basically just to make sure that everything is working, see if he's implemented it yet? And so we're going to fire this off to the AI and see it invokes a tool. This is actually a tool that AI can use, and so it renders out this component. So we have, it's an SMS. Hey Garnett, just wanted to check in and see if everything is working smoothly on your end. Have you had a chance to implement the changes yet? Boom, look at this. This is actually kind of a beautiful text. It's not as good at sales because it always does the thing where, you know how AI with sales will always be like, if you need anything, let me know. Like, that's fucking terrible. You could basically write the whole message and just leave it. You just ask them a question. Anyways, so what we do, it doesn't send this message automatically. So we have to hit edit, and that actually drops it into our message editor. This is so that you can change things and approve them. Dude. Okay, iOS or macOS speech to text is fucking awful. But, yeah, it allows you to update the message however you want, and I think it looks good. So we can just leave it as SMS, and I'll hit send. And what that actually does is, I need a loading kind of symbol for it. But, hang on. Dude, alright, so I'll be honest. I was just testing this because I'm too lazy to set an action up with my own user and just spam myself with random messages. So I tried sending the message, but I forgot to add a parameter, and now, of course, it's not showing me because it checked off the action because it was complete. So what we should do is we need to find a new action. Hang on. And we're back. So you can see we have... Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, let's go back. I accidentally checked it off. Okay, so we can see the message that we just sent, and yeah, so I got the body to show up. I just had to mess around with it. But what we can do now is I want to show you how we can write an email, and this time it'll actually show up properly, and how we can actually write a note. So one thing you might want to do, especially like if you run an agency or if you have clients, is they might want to update their contacts. So I've heard this before where you have a Google sheet of all the leads you're sending your clients, and you go through that sheet, and your client wants to add context. They want to say, oh yeah, we had an appointment with them and they said this and they said that. So let's say, just for sake of argument, let's say I had a call with Garnett off of this conversation, and he ended up purchasing my main offering. So when we send that, the AI should know that we can create an internal note to save that for later. So that way, anytime we run AI evaluations in the future, the next AI will be able to see this and be like, oh, okay, so we know already that they've been this extra context that wouldn't have been available otherwise, because my whole theory is context is power in the age of AI, and it's a brilliant idea, and you can't have it. But anyways, that's kind of the idea with storing extra context. So hopefully clients will be here, they'll share some additional context, and then the AI will allow them to save it. And I had it autosave, but for now you have to press save manually, which we're not going to do because it's not actually closed. But one more thing we might want to do is actually, we'll just say, let's use this. Okay, I was actually joking. That was just a test, but can you please write a follow-up email for him that will just do the same thing as our recent text message and make sure that, you know, the solution we proposed is actually working for him? Okay. And then turn off speech to text. So, yeah, it'll write this email, and that actually looks pretty good. So, I mean, that's a little overly helpful, but, you know, I'm game. So now, let's hope and pray that this works. I believe it should work. So let's hit send. Oh, dude. Wait, what? Contact has no email. Well, I'll be damned. I just checked, and he actually doesn't have an email address. So that makes a lot of sense that we can't email him. But basically, it would work. It would find the contact's default email, and it would send an email. And yeah, it has the subject, and it's fucking brilliant. And I'm going to be using this constantly. I think it's sick. I really hope other people actually use this. In fact, I've spent so long. I've spent fucking like, it feels like it's been like 2 weeks. I think it's been a week since I started kind of working on this, a little bit over a week. And there was a bunch of infrastructure issues that I addressed in the middle. But in my mind, I'm just like, dude, I don't actually know if people are going to use this. I don't actually know if it's valuable. And so my motivation has been in the fucking floor. And I'm just like so happy to be done with this. If people use it, then great. It's going to improve a shit ton because I'll see like, okay, what needs to be improved. And then I'll work on it knowing that it's going to help people. But for now, I'm just like, all right, I got to get this out the door and move on to the next thing that's going to help people, because the next thing I'm 100% sure it's going to help. This thing I'm not 100% sure, so you know, I got to figure it out. Anyways, that's just you don't give a shit about that, but that's the feature. AI agent in GoHighLevel. The cool thing here too is we can say, okay, can you actually give me a note with some additional context and an email and a text message, just so I have like all three options? And it should be able to spit that out, because it can call multiple tools in one. Oh, yeah! That is what I'm talking about, dude. No explanation around. It's like, I guess kind of limited in terms of tokens. And this is 4.0, so this is like not the best model, if I'm honest, and it's pretty expensive, but I like the way 4.0 writes, just personally. I could probably test some different models, but yeah, it's just super sick that it can like deploy these tools, and then we can render those out how we want. I was thinking of like homebrewing my own solution with like markup, where it would be like some custom markup language or XML, and then you would like try to parse that into components. But Vercel AI has an SDK for doing just this. Their use chat hook is like pretty fucking powerful. And yeah, dude, it's honestly awesome. Yeah, I actually kind of had fun doing this. Honestly, the crazy thing is, you know what's fucking crazy? Is I started this feature this morning. This chat interface. I think I already had like basic chat working, but then I started implementing like all of the tech stuff and everything and all of the components, and it actually, basically, I completed it today, which is kind of incredible. So, yeah, anyways, that's the agent. I'm going to stop blabbering now so you can get on with your life, but appreciate you watching this far. You're a real one. All right, that's it.